Imagine a world without the familiar glow of supermarket aisles. No towering shelves stocked with produce from every corner of the globe. No brightly coloured packaging promising convenience and flavour. What would happen if overnight these temples of modern consumption vanished? Our reliance on supermarkets is almost absolute. They are the lifeblood of our food system, connecting producers to consumers with remarkable efficiency. But this reliance comes at a cost. We have become disconnected from the source of our sustenance, unaware of the complex journeys our food takes before it reaches our tables. The closure of all supermarkets would be a seismic event, sending shockwaves through every facet of our society. The immediate impact would be undeniable, with widespread panic and confusion erupting as people grapple with the sudden disappearance of their primary food source. But beyond the initial chaos, a deeper transformation would begin to unfold. This essay explores the potential consequences of such a scenario, examining the multifaceted implications for our food systems, economies, and societies. By understanding the potential fallout of this hypothetical event, we can gain valuable insights into the fragility of our current systems and the importance of developing more resilient and sustainable alternatives. The most immediate and visceral impact of supermarket closures would be felt in our kitchens. Empty plates would be a stark reminder of our dependence on these centralized food sources. Consumers accustomed to readily available choices would be confronted with bare cupboards and limited options. Panic buying and hoarding would likely ensue, further depleting already scarce resources. The inability to easily access basic necessities would disproportionately affect vulnerable populations such as the elderly, disabled and low-income communities, who often lack the means to travel long distances or stockpile supplies. The convenience we often take for granted, the ability to purchase a week's worth of groceries in a single trip, would vanish. Time spent navigating long lines and crowded stores would be replaced by the necessity of sourcing food from alternative suppliers, requiring significant adjustments to our daily routines and lifestyles. The disappearance of supermarkets would expose the fragility of our just-in-time food systems, revealing the intricate web of interconnected dependencies that sustain our modern way of life. It would serve as a stark reminder of the importance of food security and the need for diversified, resilient food systems capable of weathering unexpected disruptions. Supermarkets are not merely retail outlets, they are vital nodes in a complex and highly specialized food supply chain. Their closure would sever the links between producers, distributors and consumers, leading to widespread disruptions and inefficiencies. Farmers and producers who rely heavily on supermarkets for distribution would face immediate challenges in getting their products to market. Large-scale agricultural operations, accustomed to supplying standardized products in bulk, would struggle to adapt to a decentralized system with fragmented demand. Transportation and logistics networks optimized for supermarket deliveries would need to be reconfigured to accommodate a more dispersed network of smaller retailers and direct-to-consumer channels. The efficiency gains achieved through economies of scale would be lost, potentially leading to increased transportation costs and food waste. The disappearance of supermarkets would expose the vulnerabilities of our highly centralized and globalized food systems. It would underscore the need for greater regionalization and diversification in food production and distribution to enhance resilience and reduce reliance on long, complex supply chains. Section 4. Economic shockwaves, businesses and employees in peril. The economic fallout from supermarket closures would be swift and severe. Millions of jobs would be lost, not only in supermarkets themselves, but also in related industries such as food processing, packaging, transportation and logistics. Large supermarket chains, despite their size and market dominance, would face unprecedented financial strain as revenue streams evaporate. Smaller independent grocery stores, while potentially better positioned to adapt due to their agility and local connections, would still confront significant challenges in meeting the surge in demand. The ripple effects would extend far beyond the food sector, impacting businesses that rely on supermarkets for foot traffic, such as restaurants, cafes, and retail stores located in shopping malls. The decline in consumer spending would further exacerbate the economic downturn, potentially leading to a recession. The closure of supermarkets would expose the interconnectedness of our economic systems and the vulnerability of highly specialized workforces. It would underscore the importance of economic diversification and the need for policies that support the creation of resilient, locally rooted economies. Section 5. The rise of local markets. In the absence of supermarkets, local food systems would experience a resurgence. Farmers' markets, once a niche alternative, would become essential hubs for communities seeking fresh produce and locally sourced goods. Smaller, independent grocery stores, deeply embedded in their communities, would play a vital role in filling the void left by supermarkets. Their knowledge of local suppliers and ability to adapt quickly to changing customer needs would become invaluable assets. Community-supported agriculture or CSA programs where consumers purchase shares of a farm's harvest in advance would likely experience a surge in popularity. This direct connection between producers and consumers would foster a greater appreciation for the origins of our food and the effort required to grow it. The disappearance of supermarkets would create space for alternative food systems to emerge and flourish. It would empower local producers, strengthen community bonds, and promote a more sustainable and resilient approach to food production and consumption. Section 6. The return of the home garden. The closure of supermarkets would likely spark a revival of home gardening. Faced with limited access to fresh produce, individuals and families would turn to their backyards, balconies, and even rooftops to cultivate their own food. This renewed connection with the land would bring about numerous benefits, from increased access to fresh, healthy food to a greater understanding of the natural world and the importance of environmental stewardship. It would also foster a sense of self-sufficiency and resilience, empowering individuals and communities to take control of their own food production. The return of home gardening would transform not only our plates, but also our landscapes. Urban environments, once dominated by concrete and asphalt, would gradually give way to pockets of green as residents transform balconies into miniature farms and community gardens flourish in vacant lots. The disappearance of supermarkets would not only change how we obtain our food, but also how we relate to it. It would foster a deeper appreciation for the natural world, the interconnectedness of all living things, and the importance of sustainable practices.